let's go down to beautiful Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I almost said Baton Rouge, South Carolina. I guess because Clemson's in South Carolina, they're also Death Valley. Anyway, enough nonsense. Game I want to talk about, Auburn at LSU. LSU, an 11-point favorite at home. By the way, this is a 6 Central, 7 Eastern kick, so it's going to be a night game. Over-under set at 61. Auburn, much like Tennessee, is coming off their bye. LSU, much like Texas A&M, is coming off an emotional win last week where they had to hold on for dear life against Missouri. And it's interesting because coming out of that game, I had one big takeaway. My big takeaway was pretty straightforward. I said, Jayden Daniels should be at the top of any Heisman Trophy conversation. And I'll be, Torres, they're 4-2. LSU, they're not very good this year. I didn't say they're good. I didn't say they're elite. I didn't say they're going to win a national championship. But what I do believe is that they'd probably be 2-4 if they were getting average quarterback play right now. Jayden Daniels has been unreal. And it's not only that he's been unreal. It's almost like a little bit like Caleb Williams last year. Why I thought Caleb Williams deserved the Heisman Trophy was not because he put up amazing stats, although he did. It was because he put up amazing stats and his team absolutely, positively needed him to be great every single night. And that is essentially what Jayden Daniels has done and is doing this year for LSU. They need him to be great every night. That defense is not good. And look at the stats for this kid so far this season. I mean, just look at the stats for Jayden Daniels. He is absolutely unbelievable. And keep in mind, by the way, he left that game on Saturday briefly with an injury, came back. They end up winning the game. That was a game where he threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But on the year, 72% completion percentage, 19 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And let me say this, with due respect to Marvin Harrison and Emeka Egbuka, pick your poison of elite wide receiver groups. Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors are the best pair of receivers in college football. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns between the two of them. That's how I feel about LSU. I believe best wide receiver core in the country. I believe Jayden Daniels is a Heisman Trophy contender and should be considered a front runner with the Dylan Gabriels, with the Michael Penixes, with the Caleb Williams because of his performance so far. By the way, you know who also agrees with me? Thank you, everybody, for your support of the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube channel. And we do have a major announcement as major news has come to the state of Kentucky. That is right. Legal sports betting now available in Kentucky. And here is the cool part. The Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel has now partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook and the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And as a thank you to listeners of this channel, DraftKings Sportsbook has an incredible offer for all first-time customers. First-time customers, here's what you need to know. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $5 on any game. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you use the code Torres. That's Torres, Torres. All you got to do, it's very simple. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook online. Bet $5 on any game. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you use the code Torres. First-time customers, take advantage of this exclusive offer. It's an incredible deal. Thank you to DraftKings. Could not be more fired up to be working with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze actually literally said the same thing. Now, he follows me on social media, so maybe he saw the tweet, and maybe he's just quoting Torres. Kidding, Coach Freeze. You know I love you. But here's what Hugh Freeze had to say about this offense. The quarterback, if he's not in the Heisman discussion, there's a problem. But he's playing at an incredibly high level with dynamic receivers, and there's no weakness on that offense. It's impressive to watch. Here was the interesting quote from Hugh Freeze, though, about this LSU offense. I think to this point, and I haven't watched all the future opponents, so somebody is probably going to use this for bulletin board material, he said. But to this point, it's the best offensive personnel I've seen in this league to this point. And so when Hugh Freeze says that, I think it stands out because the thing about Hugh Freeze, listen, he's back in the SEC. And I said it. I know him a little bit. He follows me on Twitter. He's been on the Aaron Torres pod a few times. But the thing about Hugh Freeze, he is brutally honest, and he will tell you exactly how he feels every moment of every day. Like when he is in front of the media, he does not lie. When he is in front of the team, he does not lie. You know, he leads every Monday morning meeting by talking about all the plays that he got wrong when he was a play caller at Liberty. Now, he doesn't call plays at Auburn, so I don't know if he still does it. But when he was the play caller at Liberty, He would literally lead every Monday morning meeting. Yeah, I screwed up 3rd and 7, in the first quarter, 2nd and 8 in the third quarter, whatever. And so why I bring it up, Hugh Freeze tells you exactly how he feels. If you remember on this show, as a matter of fact, we talked about this before Auburn played Texas A&M. Hugh Freeze raved about that Texas A&M defensive front, their third down defense. He said, I don't know if we're going to be able to convert, basically, is what he said. And of course, Texas A&M won that game going away. And I'm getting some of the same vibes here. Auburn back on the road. He's talking up a team and a position group and a side of the football. And I don't think he's doing it just to pat anybody on the back. I think he really is saying, like, that offense is that good. And so when you add in that offense with an Auburn offense that is still very much a work in progress, and it's not all Peyton Thorne's fault. That was another thing Hugh Freeze talked about. He was just basically like, look, a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the things that kept us from beating Georgia, it wasn't just on him. There were drop passes, there were blown assignments on the offensive line. But I bring it up because for me, it is hard to envision Auburn going to LSU in a night game, winning this game, or even keeping it close deep into the second half. So I will say that in this game, I actually do like LSU to win and cover. I think a final score of like 42-27 feels about right. I know that LSU defense hasn't stopped anybody, but at home, I think they have a much better performance. Give me LSU by 2 touchdowns.